Welcome back to Politically Animated. Oh boy, buckle up, people. This one's a doozy. You ever wake up, check your bank account, and think, man, where does all my tax money go? Well, thanks to the Daily Signal's investigative journalist TylerONeil, we have an answer. It's not going to fix the potholes you hit every morning. And it's definitely not going to stop grocery stores from charging you $8 for a dozen eggs. Nope. Instead, the U.S. government thought, hey, let's donate. And by donate, I mean launder $31.2 million to a group that helps persecute political opposition in Albania. That's right, because nothing screams government efficiency like meddling in another country's democracy while our own country is spiraling faster than a Tesla stock after an Elon tweet. But wait, it gets better. Turns out this East-West Management Institute sounds totally legit, right? Was funded by both USAID and the Open Society Foundations.
Thank you, Mr. Roman. I now recognize TylerONeil for his opening statement.
Chairwoman Green, members of the subcommittee, the last few weeks have featured revelation after revelation of how our tax dollars have been spent propping up radical left-wing causes across the world. Yet what struck me about the abuse of foreign aid has been the connections with leftist activists here at home. As a senior editor at the Daily Signal, I researched the left's dark money network, which propped up the influence campaign I exposed in my book, The Woktopus. I found that leftist elites prop up NGOs that staffed and advised the Biden administration, pushing unpopular policies on the American people through the bureaucracy. In my remarks, I will present 3 examples of how the left's dark money network intersects with just one agency focused on foreign aid, the U.S. Agency for International Development. The views I will express in this testimony are my own. The left's dark money network features George Soros and his Open Society Foundations, the Tides Foundation, and the network of nonprofits established by Arabella Advisors. These groups, which you can see on this chart, funnel cash to DEI, transgender, and climate alarmist causes, divisive issues that the Biden administration prioritized over addressing the concrete needs of the American people. The left's dark money network has deep ties to USAID, which has rightly received renewed scrutiny under Doge and after Elon Musk shined a light on it. While the Open Society Foundations has stated that it does not receive funds from USAID or direct USAID's spending, the Soros-founded nonprofit has a long history with USAID. In 2001, the Soros Foundation's network, which became Open Society, listed USAID among its donor partners. Open Society and USAID...
Shocker. Who could have guessed that George Soros and taxpayer-funded organizations would be involved in political shenanigans? It's almost like we've seen this before. Oh, wait, we have. In like a million different places. Now let me get this straight. We're printing money like Monopoly cash, sending billions to other countries. Yet somehow, Americans are still out here getting robbed at the gas pump and priced out of their own neighborhoods. Meanwhile, USA is too busy playing real-life House of Cards in Albania. Y'all, you cannot make this stuff up. And let's talk about that special committee hearing, The Last America. How foreign aid undermined U.S. interests around the world. I mean, The Last America. Y'all, that title alone sounds like a Netflix dystopian series. Like, is this a hearing or a trailer for the final season of the United States?
Open Society and USAID have jointly funded the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, a news outlet that attacked conservatives for, you guessed it, criticizing Soros. Open Society and USAID also jointly fund the East-West Management Institute. Among other things, the institute launched court changes in Albania that critics allege resulted in the prosecution of Albanian opposition leader Sali Berisha, silencing the opponent of the country's socialist prime minister. Open Society has hired at least 5 former USAID staff, including at least one high-level official who worked at USAID providing services amid political transitions in foreign countries. Former USAID Administrator Samantha Power met at least twice with Open Society leaders. USAID has directly funded a different organization in the left's dark money network, the Tide Center. The agency has awarded more than $27 million in grants to the center. You'll find the Tides Foundation right here. The Tide Center has funded many of the leftist groups that influence the Biden administration, and it also operates its own in-house nonprofit called Palestine Legal, which represents anti-Israel rioters in court and gives them legal advice. Former USAID staff have also gone on to work for Arabella Advisors, which is a for-profit company that set up pass-through nonprofits. These groups allow donors to support specific projects without being associated with these projects. One of the nonprofits, New Venture Fund, set up a secretive group called Governing for Impact. Even though Governing for Impact had existed for barely 2 years and did not appear in a Google search at the time, its leaders met with and advised top staff in the Biden administration, executive-level bureaucrats who oversaw the vast federal bureaucracy. Leaders at the Rockefeller Foundation, another funder in the left's dark money network, previously held roles at USAID, including the former administrator, who now serves as the foundation's president. Other USAID staff have gone on to work at the nonprofits that staffed and advised the Biden administration, including the Center for American Progress, the Human Rights Campaign, and the American Civil Liberties Union. Personnel is policy, and these connections between the left's influence campaign on the Biden administration and USAID reveal how woke elites have captured the enterprise of foreign aid. Thank you.
Look, I get it. Foreign aid sounds nice. But when it turns into a slush fund for political takedowns, it's a problem. And trust me, if this is what we know about, imagine what we don't know. So, the next time you wonder why your paycheck barely covers rent, just remember, somewhere in Albania, a political leader is getting persecuted courtesy of your hard-earned tax dollars. Ain't that nice? But hey, I'm just asking questions. You tell me, does this sound like government efficiency or just another day in the Great American Clown Show? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. All right, folks, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next episode of Where Did Our Tax Dollars Go Today? See y'all in the next one.